Hi, I'm Neil Sackmary.
Hi, I'm State Trooper Sean Hagstrom with the Nevada State Police Highway Patrol Division, PEIO. Please stay tuned for the next episode of Trooper Talk.
And together, we can make a difference.
Here we are live at the 360.Vegas studios. We have PIO Trooper Hagstrom and we have Officer McClarty. So, I'm sure everybody wants to know why you're an officer and why you're a trooper. We're going to get to that. But okay. I got a little, as they say, curveball for you for this morning. You know what's very interesting is I was going for my drive this morning. I drive my car from I get on at the town center. I go to Decatur. Then I make a loop around. And then I take the 215 back to Flamingo. Right? And then I come down Flamingo Road. It gets me like 30 minutes in the car. It's nice. I get a little bit of just listening to the music and just relaxing. Everybody wants to race me, and I don't really care. I just drive my car. And everybody's like, you drive such a fast car. Why aren't you driving fast? And I don't really care. But the interesting thing is this. Even if you travel the roadways all the time, the roads are always different. Case in point that on Decatur, when you get onto the freeway, you can't get on the freeway anymore. You have to take this road that takes you on the right side to get you to Jones Boulevard to then get you onto the freeway. And so my reason for this is this. It doesn't matter if you drive a road 1,000 times. We had this conversation right before you came here about the Tropicana Road, right? Yeah. It doesn't matter. Because we live in a world where there's road construction. And so when it comes to road construction, Nevada State Police patrols the roads. It doesn't matter if it's on a freeway or a roadway. You want to make sure that those people are following the laws because pedestrian safety is something that's very important. People traveling too close because they get in an accident because they need to get so fast, but they can't even get on the freeway because they have to get onto some road and they didn't prepare and leave 15 minutes early. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's correct. And there's a lot of times if people go to the DOT website, once in a while they're always putting out road closures. Vegas is nonstop with construction, and I think there's not a place that you can go a road anywhere in Vegas that we don't have construction cones. And it might not be an active construction zone. I don't know if they're just trying to get contracts and trying to fill it and all that. But there is a lot of construction always going. And it's a problem. But what we want as the Nevada State Police people to realize is when you get in those areas, still slow down. I mean, there's no reason to get frustrated. Always plan ahead before you leave the house. If you know it's going to be a construction area, always plan ahead, slow down, because if it is an active construction zone, there's going to be people working in that area. And sometimes people get busy. They don't realize they might be outside of the cones or something. And we don't want anybody to get hurt or struck in those areas. But you're right. You can go almost anywhere in Vegas and get off the highway or try to get back on, and you can't because of construction. So sometimes you can look at our on Twitter for the Highway Patrol or DOT, and it'll tell you some of these lane closures or construction that's going on, like the bigger ones that's happening in Tropicana, down by the Strip, and also on the 15.
And they have to still abide by the pedestrian safety laws, even though they're in a construction zone.
Absolutely. And the problem is, I was going to bring up a while back, Neil, like a month ago, we had 3 fatals within 12 hours. Very unacceptable. And 2 of those fatals were pedestrians. We have an uptick of pedestrian fatals that we don't want to see in the valley anymore. Last year, we had 106 pedestrian fatals just in the state of Nevada in 2023. So, and if they did a 5-year study through 0 fatalities, and I think it was like 24% between 2017 to 2021, 24% of fatals in Nevada were pedestrians, which is unacceptable. We just got to really pay attention if we're going to be driving in those areas, coming close to those crosswalks and everything. We got to slow down because sometimes people, you know, I don't know if they get lazy or they just don't want to do the crosswalks. but they'll walk outside the crosswalk, and you might not be paying attention or be a distracted driver, and they might just pull right out in front of you. I mean, walk right in front of you, and there's nothing that you can really do. So we want to advise everybody, if you're driving in a highly traffic pedestrian area, slow down in that area. Observe the area that you're driving in, and be careful. If there could be kids out playing, could be families walking somewhere. Always just watch your surroundings when you're when there's pedestrian around those areas.
Yeah. You drove here today. We were laughing, right? Because they decided one of the major roads in Las Vegas, right? Like you have Flamingo and these type of roads. They have to prepare for their bridge, which I looked up last night. I didn't understand why it's called Tropicana. I said to my wife, I go, "What is this?" And I had to look it up, and it's this, and it's a project, and then just as I said that, the guy comes on the news and he goes, "It's Tropicana 2.0," and I'm like, "Well, when is Tropicana 5.0 done?" Right? but the thing is that you drive the roads, right? And when you were coming here this morning to do the filming, there are road closures right down the road. My employee told me that sinkhole that's on Flamingo, that was like 1 lane, now they made it twice as big so that they could fill it in, and it's 2 lane. It's like, and so when you travel to go and see someone, or someone has to be home at a certain hour for their parole and probation, an excuse is not, well, there was a lot of traffic and I didn't make it home. Because you have to hold those people, when they are on parole and probation, to a standard that they have to leave room extra so that they can abide by their rules, right? Or something like that.
That's true. But also, as well, like, we work with them. So if somebody has construction zones and I can see that they have construction zones on the way to their home, I can give them, a few minutes to be at their residence at a certain time, because I can tell they get off work at a certain point. If I give them only 20 minutes on a normal day when there's no construction, if there's construction, I should at least allow some time so they're not speeding, so they can abide by all the rules and regulations of the road. And then pedestrians, because even driving here, you got the 1 lane road on Jones here. I'm looking for pedestrians, because not only does it congest the traffic, but you got crosswalks, you got people that are not going on the crosswalk, so you have congestion everywhere. So you got to be aware of your surroundings to make sure that nobody's jumping out in traffic, whether it be a car or a person.
Yeah. Now, let's talk about something. So you're an officer, and he's a trooper. Now, you both go through the academy, unless you're a critical fill and you come back, which we'll get to. But let's say someone is is interested in joining Nevada State Police, and they don't understand why you wear the same uniform. He has a smoky hat and you don't, and you're an officer and he's a trooper, but you go through the same academy to get to where you're at. Mm-hmm. Can you walk us through that?
Yeah, so in our academy, and our agency sets us apart from our local agencies like Metro, North Las Vegas, Henderson, where we have an option. And that option being Highway Patrol Trooper or Parole and Probation Officer. And that's typically what we start off with in our agency. You get to pick one of those. So what sets us apart is the job. I'm a Parole and Probation Officer, so I supervise people that have either been in trouble already and they're released from prison. They get supervised by us on parole. Or in lieu of prison time, we supervise them on probation. So that's our main focus, is rehabilitation of those offenders.
And so with you being a trooper, right, you patrol the roadways, but the thing that people need to understand is that because you are a Nevada State Police Trooper Highway Patrol, you can patrol any roadway and you can go anywhere in the state. You're not designated to a small or not small, but a smaller area, you have the whole entire state. So if there was a problem, you could go to a neighboring county if needed be, and you're still a state trooper that patrols the highways and the roadways, right?
Yes, and when we go to the academy, we learn all the state laws, local laws, all the regulations that covers the whole state of Nevada. So we're the premier law enforcement agency. And what I can tell people when they don't really realize what the police, there's different fractions of police and everybody else there, but I'm going to explain that to people. For city police, primarily nationwide, city police only enforce their local laws and state laws within the city limits of the city that they work in. Now, when you go a step level above that, that would be the sheriff's department. And the sheriff's department covers every city or town in that entire county, and they enforce all the county regulations, state laws, and city ordinances within that whole county, like Clark County. Where we're different from other agencies across the nation, what Metro did to become Metropolitan Police is they combined the police department and the sheriff's department to make Metropolitan Police. So they're one big agency, and it's probably easier for them to combine everything because Clark County is a very populated area, so it was a lot easier for them to probably combine both of them, save money, and probably get more money that comes in from the state or government to assist that agency. The next step would be the state police, what we work for. And primarily across the nation, they might be called state patrol, state police, or highway patrol. And we have a whole function of that. When we go to the academy, we're actually going for the Department of Public Safety. And like he said, it fractions off to parole and probation and highway patrol. So that's one of the benefits that we have being state police. You can go choose from that. But what the state police, we can go, if I wanted to tomorrow, I could go up to Reno and start enforcing laws. And what people don't understand, like you said, we can do every roadway. We're trained to do domestic violence. Everything that Metro does within the county, we do statewide. So, but our primary, where we work is on the interstates and highways. We usually let those jurisdictions handle their cities and counties unless they need assistance. Now, to give you an example, if we go up to, let's say there's a small town like Alamo, Nevada, and well, that's pretty much covered by state police too, but let's say the sheriff's department doesn't have the resources. Let's say they have a homicide, and they don't have the background or the labs and the necessities they need to investigate that homicide. They'll contact us. And with the state police, we also have another agency called NDI, which is our Nevada Division of Investigation. And they'll come out and take over that for them because they got unlimited resources because they work for the state police agency. And also for small areas in other towns, if they don't have like a sheriff's department on or something, and let's say they have a domestic violence in, let's say Ely, Nevada. Let's say they didn't have any officers available because they're tied up. A state trooper can actually go to that domestic violence and take care of that situation for them if they don't have any officers available at the time. So we can do it statewide, all state laws, regulations, and the local laws. So that's primarily what we do statewide.
And when someone comes to you and says that they want to do recruitment because either they were in the military and they left the military and now they want to get back to some form of camaraderie that they enjoy, maybe they have no formal training whatsoever and never held a gun in their life, but they want to help people. You know, whatever the variety of reason is, they come to you and they say, I want to become a Nevada State Police, but I don't know. And so you help them with the training, and the best part about the Nevada State Police is that they have the option after they've done the academy and they've worked for a couple of years, and they say, this isn't for me, but I love the family. And so one of the best things about the Nevada State Police is that they can then do anything they want under the umbrella. Talk us through that.
Right, and he mentioned one of them, NDI, Nevada Department of Investigations. So typically in the academy, you pick 2 categories, Highway Patrol Trooper or Parole and Probation Officer. If we have openings, you can start off in Capitol Police as well. So what sets us apart and that umbrella that you speak of, Nevada State Police, and then we have different divisions you can work in. So you have Parole and Probation Officer, Highway Patrol Trooper, Capitol Police Officer, Nevada Department of Investigations, Fire Marshals, and Dignitary Protection. So we have these divisions that you can choose from, and you're eligible to transfer after 2 years. So say if I chose to switch to Highway Patrol after 2 years, I have the ability to put in a transfer for that. I have to get accepted, and they have to have positions, but I'm eligible to do that. And then if I did Trooper for 2 years, I can go to Capitol Police. So we have a long career, and getting all this experience, not only does it help the department, but it helps you as a person be able to learn all these different divisions, and it helps you serve the community that we have here in Nevada. And it brings a variety of experience from each one that benefits everybody around.
Yeah, and
Can I segue
Yeah,
on
go
that
ahead,
a little
yeah,
bit?
yeah.
Hey, one thing too, when you were talking about, hey, maybe they didn't want to be an officer or something else, then you can absolutely go into dispatching, or we have other civilian-related jobs within the public safety. So that's one thing that we want to get out is if somebody's looking at being a dispatcher right now, we are currently hiring. So we had one of our wonderful dispatchers on not long ago.
Yeah, Whitney.
And she wanted to get into law enforcement, found out that she couldn't, well, she found out that she didn't want to do it or whatever, and she decided she still wanted to be involved in law enforcement, so she's still involved now, and she works hand in hand because that's our lifeline, being a dispatcher, and she loves her job. And that's one thing I just wanted to get out there is there's other ways other than officers that we have civilian jobs there too that come open, but right now we are currently hiring dispatchers.
Yeah, and I was just
Yeah.
going to say that when we went to the promotion ceremonies, Colonel Ann Carpenter was there, and so she's a friend, and she came on to Trooper Talk even after she retired because it was so important. And so when we saw her, she was part of Parole and Probation, and then she transferred over to Nevada Highway Patrol and became the colonel there.
She became the first female colonel for the Highway Patrol. Absolutely.
And so one of the best parts about the Nevada State Police is that they, somebody can just maneuver, and so I love it. So, all right, Johnny. Sorry, it was very interesting. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I have something to tell you.
Okay.
We want to honor Trooper Felix and Sergeant Abate. So we now have the patches for sale, okay. On the IPOF website, ipof.vegas, and they can go there. 100% of the money goes to the family, and so we buy these literally so that we're able to give 100% to the family, and then we give them all to the troopers, which I gave to both of you this morning. So we don't want to keep on what we're doing, but we also want to say that we're very sorry for the loss. So,
Hey, for all the college students out there that are looking at maybe getting into law enforcement, or maybe possibly just looking at Nevada State Police, or coming out to, or you have concerns or questions, myself and Douglas McClarty, Officer McClarty, are going to be at the UNLV UNR basketball game. That's a big rival game. So we're going to be actively recruiting in that area. And if you'd like to come out and have some questions or anything that we can answer for you, we would love to meet with you. And if, let's say, go ahead, Cardi, do you have anything to say on this coming Saturday
Absolutely.
for
So
anybody?
we're going to be there for the opportunity to speak with you. So if you have any questions on, recruiting, applying with the department, whether you want to be a support role as a civilian or even an officer or a trooper, we would love to speak with you. We have a lot of opportunities with us as an agency, and honestly, I know you wanted to see the game, UNR, UNLV, go fight, win, right?
Absolutely.
So if you're going to be there, we'll be there. We'll find you. You can find us. We're not hard to find. We would love to see you and talk to you.
Yeah, go Rebels, and we'll be excited to see you all there.
So we had a great show today, and one of the things that we talked about very strongly is about the recruiting. And so it's very important because there are people out there that have the same love and the same passion that both of you do, but they don't know what to do.
Mhm.
And so we need to reach them. So when we reach them, then there's a lot of positions to be filled. I'll give you 30 seconds, and then I'm going to give Officer McClarty 30 seconds. Tell us about the critical fill. Tell us about the excitement. Tell us about how much this means to you, all that type of stuff.
Well, one good thing about Critical Fill is I get to collect my my retirement check, and while I'm working a 40-hour, I can work up to 40 hours. But if I want to even come back just on a part-time status, I can do that. I could probably work 3 days a week, but I choose to work 40. So all my money that I get from the Highway Patrol is just an extra incentive for me because I'm already getting my retirement pay, and then also I'm getting pay on top of that, so which is nice. And then one good thing about it is I know the department. I came here. What a great department to work for. We're all team players, small family. Everybody knows everybody, and we work together to get the job done for the citizens here in the great state of Nevada. So if you're looking at maybe being a state trooper or parole and probation, I request everybody just to come out, do a ride-along. You can do it for either agency and kind of see what we do. And the big thing is, too, we're looking at dispatchers. So if you're not in law enforcement, look in the civilian side because we have many openings in different civilian positions. But we really need dispatchers, and that's another thing that you can go to the dispatch center where we're at and actually sit there and see what they do on a daily basis and see if that's something for you. But we're always hiring, NevadaStatePolice.com, and we're excited to see new faces, and it's new challenges for everybody.
Great.
My challenge is for the community. We're looking for a diverse group of people that represent Las Vegas or Nevada as a whole. Doesn't matter where you're from, your age, as long as you're 21 by the time you get pinned on. I'm from California. Like, we'll take you from any state here in the United States. We want a diverse background because that's what we represent. We have a strong community here in Las Vegas and in the entirety of Nevada. So we want that representation of, who you are as, wherever you're from here in Nevada. So if you're looking to, have that itch of, what could I be doing better? Where do I see myself in 10 years? I have the perfect place for you. We have a job that means a lot to the community. It gives you self-worth. It gives you something that you have to strive to be better every day. And then even with the parole probation or highway patrol, you have a badge that you put on that represents not only the agency, but the state. And there's only one of us here in Nevada. So you get to represent that and showcase what it means to be law enforcement in the state of Nevada. And then you showcase that to the rest of the United States. And that's huge. And you are showing, the kids that are growing up that they too can be something that, represents our community and does right by the people that we serve.
And it's really important because
Absolutely.
we're all in this together.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
As a community, as a whole.
It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It really doesn't matter. We're all in this together, and so we need to be solid in this. Gentlemen, thanks.
Thank you,
No,
Dylan.
I love it.
Appreciate
You know what
it.
I'm saying? This
Yeah,
is great,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
All right, we'll wave goodbye, okay?
All right.
All right, see you later.
Have a good day.